What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. Mark from Ecom Warriors here. Today we're going to be doing episode number 6 of the series where we do a build a dropshipping store together here in 2021. So before I begin, guys, being that we're in 2020 here, or 2021, excuse me, I just want to give this message of motivation before we begin, all right? Guys, we all have visions, we all want to succeed, but there's only one group of people who will be successful. It's the people who go out there and try and work hard. And at the end of the day, it's not called hard work for no reason, all right? So you got to put in the effort. If you really want to get somewhere, you got to put in the effort. And sometimes that does take sacrifice. I'm going to keep it real, okay? It does take sacrifice. And, sometimes you got to put down the video games. You got to put down the cigarettes, the weed, whatever it might be that's affecting your process behind becoming successful and taking that stand. So for some people it might be nights out at the club. For some people it might be hanging out with friends, right? Use the time that we have now very, very valuably, and we're going to attack our goals here in 2021. You guys can see here it's 4:59 a.m. Okay, my goal was to make a video every day on Ecom Warriors. The last video I created was 1 day ago, and I'm not going to allow this clock to hit 2 days, meaning that I'm not going to allow myself to miss a video. Now, I'm sure there's going to be days where I miss videos and all this kind of stuff, but I'm not going to miss today. And so, truthfully, videos for me is a passion, but if I don't stick to my guns and if I don't do something that I promise myself, like if I say that, hey guys, I'm going to do videos every day, I have to stick to it, because if I don't, then I'm essentially lying to myself, even if it doesn't aid me in any way. Okay, so for example, something that I'm working on is I'm practicing drinking more water, right? If I tell myself that I'm going to drink more water every day and I don't, right, then I'm lying to myself. And so my suggestion is that everybody comes up with 1 or 2 goals that they're going to do for the day and they get them done. All right. So, I'm here with you guys. It's 5 a.m. You could see here 5 a.m. I'm grinding, creating this video for you guys, and I'm actually super busy because I didn't even go to sleep yet because I have a lot of work to do, and it doesn't look like I'm going to go to sleep today because we're just so busy. I'm working on my own stores. The new year is here, so we have a lot of sales running on our products. We have a ton of products to ship out. I have some at a warehouse shipped. I have to manually ship some myself, so I have a whole lot of things going on right now. We get an influx of new products, and it's just some crazy stuff going on behind the scenes. On top of that, I'm hiring a few new people, so it's just a whole lot of work right now in 2021, excuse me. So let's go ahead and get started. And I actually done some changes on the store behind the scenes, okay, guys? So let's just hit customize here. Okay, and let's take a look. Let's just give it a second, guys. And by the way, guys, I did create an Instagram for the theme, or for the essentially the store that I'm building here. Okay, the store is called Whip Wraps, but it's really the address is the domain address is goodhomestead.myshopify.com. This was just one that I had laying around, so I said I might as well just use this one instead of creating a brand new account. But you guys could see here, we added a image for the newsletter. One way to improve this, and something that I'll always do, guys, in these videos, is I'm going to talk about how to improve on the work that I already did. So I don't want you guys to think that what I'm showing you is a perfect example, okay? There's always improvements that need to be made. Now, there are some stores, for example, like the One Interactive store that I built, that was a damn good store. And in my opinion, it was hard to improve, but there's always improvements that can be made. Okay, and something that I will say, a little tip, is it's easier, guys, to work on your business when you have more content to promote. So, for example, if you're somebody who's selling fitness clothing, right, use yourself as the fitness model, right? Take pictures, do photo shoots with you wearing that actual clothing. Let me get this out of the way here. My VPN was in the way. But yeah, make videos of or photos and put them on your website of you wearing that clothing and model it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's no shame in that. All right, no shame in your game. All right, so let's get into it. So I have this image here. Probably should make this a little bit smaller because it looks a little bit weird if the the newsletter text is very minimal here, and there's like a large image. What I could do is I could add more newsletter text, but I didn't really do that. But you guys could see we added the image. We do have the 3-piece split. Oh, by the way, before we even get deeper into the video, some people don't know, we're using the Wolf of Shopify theme. The Wolf of Shopify theme is a theme that I habitually use to get a high conversion rate. If you don't know essentially what goes into getting a high conversion rate, watch episode number 4, okay? Episode number 4, I describe why... of this series specifically, I describe why it converts higher than other themes. Okay, so watch episode number 4. But this is the Wolf of Shopify theme. And by the way, guys, not all themes are created equal. Just because a theme is more expensive doesn't mean it's a better theme. So that's just something to be aware of. Somebody the other day sent me a link of a theme that was like $792 or something like that. That's ridiculous, okay? Just because it costs a certain amount doesn't mean it's going to be a better theme for your business. Okay, so Wolf of Shopify theme is what I use for myself and my clients. And how much does it cost right now? $125. So if you use my discount code, you'll get it for $100. I'll leave the discount code in the description box down below. I am an affiliate. Let's continue here. So we have a 3-part banner, which is referred to as banner version 4. We add an image here. You guys already saw this if you saw the last episode. What we did is we changed up all the product descriptions, okay? And basically what the product descriptions is, it's almost like a paragraph of text, okay? The way it reads it on the theme, which is very, very versatile, is that it's almost like a paragraph of text. You can see here, wraps can fit any car model or design. Chrome wraps will be applied via sticker adhesive. Your Chrome wrap never fades with an exclamation point. Every Chrome wrap lasts 5 to 7 years, all Chrome, and then ... So you would have to click on the actual product to see more information. Okay, so let's just go back here before we even talk about what's going on this screen. Let's just go back. Okay, we have all the products here. We have this stuff I did not touch yet. I did not add. I didn't do any edits to this, so we will work on this separately. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to talk about some of the things that we made changes to. So first thing, let's head over to the collection pages. Okay, so collection pages. All right, something you're going to see right away is we changed the breadcrumb look. So the breadcrumb look is if you hit this collection button over here, and you have this little button here that says breadcrumb config. Basically what a breadcrumb, guys, is what you're seeing right here, where I have my mouse hovering over the thing where it says home and then this little greater than sign and then Chrome wraps. That's what a breadcrumb is. It just basically shows the plan of action where the consumers clicked on to get to the current page. So if somebody clicked on the collection page, what did they click on to get there? They were at the home page, they clicked on Chrome wraps, they finally got there. Does that make sense? Okay, good. And so there's different styles. So if I was to select style 2, for example, it would look different. Now, it's not actually going to look like this. For example, if I save, it will look a little bit different. Instead of it being a vertical, it will be placed horizontally. This is what it does just during the loading phase, but you'll see in a minute how it will change. Okay, there we go. So you could see here now the breadcrumb is the breadcrumb banner, is significantly larger, which might look good for certain products that you might sell. But in this case, with the cars and everything like that, I'm going to step away from a large breadcrumb just because I don't have many different images that we can utilize. Okay, so I'm going to be sticking to style number 1. And guys, if you want to leave it to be all white, you could do that. If you want it to have some kind of background gray color, you could do that also. If I wanted to change the color, you would navigate over here, right over here. Okay, see how it turned red? I could keep it all white. I could do that too. And like I said, whenever it's vertical, it just means it hasn't fully loaded yet. Wait for it to be horizontal. So I'm going to hit save here, and you'll just see in a minute where the little cabinet here, this is what I call a cabinet, will be horizontal, okay? Now, speaking of the cabinet, basically what this is this is a place where you can essentially kind of show people what are the product collections that you are offering without them having to click through things, okay? So, for an example, imagine if a consumer came to my website and really had no idea what I'm selling, okay? Like they don't know any kind of information about wraps. They just know it's something that you stick on your car that makes your car look different, right? Well, I have Chrome wraps, and they can see an image of this, okay? And they can see how it's shiny, and it's kind of self-explanatory. they could see here chameleon wraps, and on the image there's a green that slowly turns into a yellow that slowly turns into orange. Hopefully you guys are able to see this. Maybe you're on an iPhone or something, or maybe you're on your computer. You could see here I'm hovering my mouse over what I'm talking about, the image here. So now the person can have a visual for what I'm trying to sell. So for example, if you're in the clothing industry, and guys, sorry for if I keep relating things back to the clothing industry. It was just so happened that my very first business that blew up for me was clothing. And it did very, very well, and that's really what opened my door. Not even from a monetary standpoint, but from a psychological standpoint. That's what opened my door to the path of success when it came to business in general, right? But anyways, if you had a clothing business, right, and you were selling T-shirts, and you guys could see this because I built it in my One Interactive store, I believe, or maybe it wasn't my One Interactive. It was one of the other stores. You guys have to check them out yourself, okay? But if you're building, for example, a clothing store, the way you utilize a cabinet is you would create these different selections. Let's say you're selling women's clothing. You're selling leggings, you're selling hoodies, you're selling pants, you're selling socks, you're selling all this kind of different stuff, and you have multiple products for each collection. So let's say you have multiple different socks, like, designs, or multiple different hoodie designs, or multiple different legging designs. You would have each collection as one of those cabinets here. And the way to edit that, guys, is you just hit I believe it's the theme settings here, and you just scroll a little bit, and you'll see here I have the options, and you just hover over to widgets, okay? And for me, I have the icon selection. So icon collection number 1, and you can see here I have an image. Icon collection number 2, and you can see here I have an image. Now you can't go on the home screen to edit this. What I mean is that over here, you see how there's a home page? No, you have to be on collection pages. You hit the little collection page, and you scroll down, and you hit theme settings, and then you get there. Okay, so that might be a little confusing for people. If you have questions, to put them in the comments. Now, with the actual collection, do you guys notice anything different here? Okay. This is not a product grid. What you're seeing is a product list view, okay? Not a product grid. Now, the reason why I went with a product list view is because I have limited amount of products in the store. I have like 13 products, right? It's not like I have 40 or 50 or 60 products that I need to show off. I have 13 products. It's not that many. So basically what I did here is I went with a list view, and there's a reason why I went with the list view. So the good thing about the list view is that I can have, number one, a larger image that I can show off to the consumer, and everything is all visual, guys. So the more visual optics that you have for the consumer, the higher you're going to convert. And for those who don't know, who are watching this, what a conversion rate is that imagine if you had, let's say, 1,000 people visit your website, right? And it just so happens that 100 people visited your website, and then let's say 50 people bought your product, right? 50 out of that 1,000, okay, or 50 out of that 100, right? What a conversion rate is you take that 50 and you divide it by 1,000. So whatever that percentage is, it's 50 out of 1,000, okay? Because that 1,000, okay? So what you're looking at is a 5% conversion rate, okay? So if I was to have 100 customers, right? 100 out of 1,000, right? Visitors, that would be a 10% conversion rate. Does that make sense, guys? So conversion rate just means that the visitors that your website, who originally visited your website, they converted, right, into being a customer. So they went from a visitor to a customer. The same way we use the word conversion, we say that in religion also, right? So if somebody converts from being an atheist to a Christian, right, they're converting, they're changing from Christian to atheism, or atheist to Christianity. You guys feel what I'm saying? All right, good. So this is a product list view, and the way to select the product list view is you hit this little collection page button, and you just scroll down right here. Okay, you're going to see this little setting that says product layout, okay, and show product list or product grid. Now, if I selected product grid, it would look like this, and I'll just show you guys, okay? So you can see here, it looks good, it looks decent, but it's from a conversion standpoint, it's very bland. It's very just like everybody else. Does that make sense? And we don't want that. We don't want to be like everybody else. We want to stand out. We want to stand out in every aspect. I mean, just today, actually, I'll give an example. Is I set up a new business a few weeks ago, and we sold the product to the customer, and when we had the product delivered to us, it blew my wildest expectations, and it just so happened that it happened to blow the wildest expectations of the customer. And how do I know that? Guess what? We had no communication whatsoever. The customer came back and purchased 10 times more of what he just purchased from me the initial time. And so when you blow customer socks off, guys, when you knock their socks off of how amazing your business is, either A, from a design perspective, let me just go ahead and reload this because this is vertical and needs to be horizontal. When you knock their socks off from a conversion standpoint, meaning your website is designed the right way, your website is presentable, your products are respectable, right? You're doing very well for yourself, and you're going to see the sales. All right. Now, the thing that I also like about the list view, right, product list view, is that it will give some information into the description. Okay, and we like that. We need that, right? We have a wish list feature, which I'll talk about with the wish list. Shopify made some updates with wish list, so you need to add an app for that. You can select option, but here's the cool thing with the select option. Select option, it automatically takes you, guess where? To the product page. And so the reason why this is good right here is the product page, and we're still working on it, but the product page is that it doesn't, people typically need more, they need more insight. They need more information to just purchase a product. Nobody's going to purchase a product just off an image, right? They need a description. They need options, right? So the reason why there was a button that said select an option is because we have options right here. But when the person or the consumer clicks on that select option button, guess what? It doesn't give them a list of options in terms of the sizes for the Chrome wraps. It takes them to the actual page. Now we can kind of rope them in from a conversion standpoint, right? Because here's the reason why. In the English language, right, we read from left to right. So what is the first thing they're going to look at? They're not going to look at the header. They're going to look at this image right here. And it's going to say, to get free shipping, use code more wraps on all orders over $90, right? That's the first thing that's going to catch their attention as a consumer, okay? Now they know for a fact that if they spend over a certain amount, they're going to get up some kind of incentivization bonus. Remember, guys, incentivization, cognitive bias. If you're not familiar with what that is, check out my other videos, like I said. Basically, what it is, just to make it more simple and really not dive too much deep into it, but you're motivating somebody by rewarding them, okay? Now, in terms of clients, this works very, very well, right? How many times were you at Foot Locker or at Nike or wherever? What kind of store you like? Maybe you're at Sephora. Maybe you're at the gym and they have like some kind of protein shake sale or whatever's going on, and there's some kind of offer that motivates you to make that purchase. How many times does that happen? Black Friday is a phenomenal example of this, right? Consumers go out and they buy a whole ton of products because, hey, products are on sale, or they seem to be at least, right? Everybody rants and raves about these huge sales on Black Friday. Well, people are stomping on over each other just to get into the doors at Walmart. I mean, I live in New York City, but in New Jersey, I mean, I think a few people died. They got trampled over on Black Friday just to get some products, which is crazy, right? So a lot of the times, if your product's in demand, people will do anything to get some kind of discount, some kind of bonus, some kind of sale, anything. And they're willing to cough up lots of money for it if you have a great business. Let's continue here. So you can see here we have some product images. Now, something that I will say to improve this business right here is that making all images the exact same size. Now, the reason why I didn't have that is because this is a dropshipping store, and the content and the images that you're seeing here are not mine. Meaning, you could see this image and this image are completely different sizes, right? This image is a different size. This image is a different size. This image is a different size. So the reason why I'm saying that is because if this is your guys' business, the best way and the most professional thing to do is have all your product images the same size, at least in the same product. So what I mean by that is it's okay sometimes, depending on how you're setting up your product, for example, the Chrome red images to be different sizes from the blue images. But if you're going to have one product here like Chrome Blue, make sure all the images are the same size. Now, like I said, I did not do that for the sake of this video. That would just take too long, and it really wouldn't send the message across. But this theme operates on a way where this is the longest image, right? So it's going to create that extra space for it. Now, the reason why that is that helps with speed, that helps with functionality, it helps with a few things here. So that's something to be aware of. Now, for by the way, you guys, you can add this little banner here when you select the type of setting that I selected for the product. So there's a whole bunch of different settings you can view the product. So over here, the layout setting style, which is literally the first setting when you select on product detail page, I selected product sidebar, but we're going to go through a whole bunch of different ones here. Let's just select product extended, for example. Okay, you can see here now it's very different. It's it shows the images and all that. Let me just go ahead and save it and just reload it so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. Let's just give it a minute here. And you could see here the green bar as it's loading. Okay, so what this looks like is essentially we have a sidebar. This is the first version. We have a sidebar. We have some product images, excuse me. We have the three focal points, the three focal conversion points here. We have a special offer. Now the first layout that you saw with my product images in the middle does not have these three focal points. Okay, so if we were to select product sidebar, it would not have these three focal points. It would have the image on the left. Okay, so let's just click on it again, product sidebar, and you guys will see what I mean. You see here? You see the difference? Okay, now let's click on product extended background, and I want to just explain what this is. So product extended background, by the way, whenever you guys see images like this piled up against each other, if you're seeing this on your store, all you have to do is hit save and reload, and it will configure itself properly. Okay, this is just for loading purposes. The gray background, guys, basically what you could do is you can add your own background. Now, that's not my style for this theme, for especially for the type of products we're selling. I'm not saying that it can't work. It actually could work in many environments. In this case, it will not work. So you could see here, I clicked on this picture of this Corvette. It does not look good. It just doesn't fit, okay? So I'm not going to be using that in this situation. Remember, looks matter. Okay, the store design, the look, they say dress to impress. It's the same way with Shopify. You want to impress people, you want to convert, you want to have people inherently trust your store. It's got to look presentable, it's got to look good. All right, product sticky. Let's go ahead and select product sticky here. So product sticky, it's a reflection of these images, okay, shown, these images right here. You'll go ahead and see, but basically what it is you can scroll through these images kind of like this while the description is sticky. It stays where it is. Does that make sense? So that's something to be aware of, okay? Let's see here. Special offer box, it does not come with the three focal point conversion tactics, like I said. Let's go ahead and click on product sticky center. Now, if you know what product sticky is, you're probably going to know what product sticky center is. It's basically the same sticky feature, but it's just going to move the images to the center. So I'll just show you how that looks. Okay, so you can see here, it has the special offer box. There is no three focal points. This is also a very beautiful design also, don't get me wrong. So this is a great design. So just be aware of that. It will show. And what I love about this design is that it will show the real-time visitor count on the left, but on the right, it will show how many sold. So that's a huge, huge win. Also shows special offer box, description box, image scrolls with a description tab, their view tab, of course, the additional information tab. So lots of different things to pay attention to with this theme. And by the way, guys, we have the reviews the app added. The only reason why it just doesn't show it here is because we haven't saved and reloaded, okay? So just be aware of that. But you do need to install the review app if you want to see it. And you could always change this tab, by the way. You don't have to have it reviews. You could change it within the settings, okay, guys? So just be aware of that also. Let's take a look at product gallery basics. So this is kind of obvious too, but basically what this is just showing the product gallery. Everything moves here. Nothing is sticky. The only thing that's sticky you could see here is this add to cart on the bottom, but that's because I selected it to be sticky within the theme settings here. So just be aware of that also. Okay, but nothing in terms of the product page is sticky. Now, something that I will say is I had a comment on the YouTube channel. Somebody asked well, two questions. I had somebody who commented, please meet Satoshi. I think that's her name. Sorry if I butchered your name. He commented, please make a separate video simply designing product page via Wolf of Shopify. And I absolutely will do that in a separate video completely. So it will be after this series is completely over. I will do that. Also, I had a comment on somebody who said, how much money did it take you to get started? I will be answering that also after this series is completed, okay? So I will hop on those videos once those, this whole series is over, okay? Let's move on to the next one, all right? Product Gallery Modern. All right, so Product Gallery Modern is nice. I've actually shown this within the One Active store once again. If you don't know what that is, just go check out the series, the One Active series. Let me go ahead and remove this here. The One Active series, okay, click on my playlist button, you'll see it. It's the fitness clothing store. We did test that. It looks generally really, really nice. If you have a good example of this is if you have different configurations. You could see here, by the way, I upload the product more than once, so just disregard that. But if you have multiple configurations for your product, so for example, if you're selling some kind of gadget, like an iPhone case, for example, maybe the first image could be the front of the case, the back of the case in this image, the side of the case here, and this is without anybody scrolling, they'll see everything there, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at product large image. Okay, so product large image is once again no really sticky features, just large images on the left here. And we could select our, by the way, if you have any of these different extended settings, you can just select where do you want the thumbnails to fit within this setting right here. So that might be a little self-explanatory, but I said I might as well say that anyway. This is a product slide center. So basically what this is let me just go ahead and save here so you guys can see and we can get the full effect. Let's see here. Once again, let's just wait for the green bar to load here. Okay, so once again, what this is this is a slider. So you see this little 3 dots right here. Like I said, there's a gap here because of the last image, which is the longest image. That's why there's a slide. But this is essentially supposed to be a slider. This works, guys, phenomenally well, just not for this store. I hope I can make a video series in the future where this would work, because this will do wonders for you when it's a slider like this, especially when these 3 dots are placed up. And like I said, the reason why there's this huge gap is because the theme will automatically fit itself to the largest image. And so this image is the largest image, which is, like I said, an image I don't recommend. By the way, let's just call your attention here to the review section. Like I said, you would have to save and reload the page to see the whole star reviews thing show up. So it's there. I just want to show that, just everybody be aware of that, okay? So the next one is Product Slide Gallery. So not Product Slide Center, but Product Slide Gallery, which basically makes the top or the images the focus. And I'll just save and reload just so you guys can see here. And remember, guys, when you always want to see your changes come to fruition, just save and reload, all right? Save and reload. That should be, the gospel at this point. So this is a gallery, product gallery. It just shows the images here. You guys could see here what's going on, what the deal is. But like I said, it's just a gallery. And like I said, I'm saying like I said a lot. Maybe it's because it's 5:30 in the morning and I haven't slept for like a day and a half or 2 days. So, but anyways, this large image right here is, like I said, why there is a gap. I should stop saying that word. Anyways, let's continue. And the text is all there. So let's go and stick with, I'm thinking we could stick with something with the center. Product large image, definitely not. Let's go with product sticky center. Yeah, we could stick with that. Product sticky center. Now let's hit save. Let's save our progress here. Okay, and let's just make sure we reload, and that's what's going on right now. Okay, so that's not terrible. It could be worse, to be honest with you. It could be better. It has everything to do with the images, to be honest, guys. It has everything to do with the images. Something that I do like with the product extended is that it will show. All right, basically I just reloaded for no reason. Product extended right here. It will show the 3 focal points here. Now, it says here why choose us, returns, and shipping. But guys, you can change what the text shows here. So there's no reason to stick with that. Let's just go ahead and reload our text. And it'll be my mistake if I really haven't saved my progress before. Like, this is why I say save, save, save. So, yeah, I didn't save my work. So, once again, wait for it to reload. Then let's hit the save button. Then we'll be okay. So, basically what we're seeing on this product page is we're seeing a special offer box. We're seeing a 3 focal point conversion tactic, which, like I said, it's useful. And yeah, something's wrong that I'm doing here. But anyways, let's just go ahead and move on. So we have the countdown timer. We have the amount sold in the last few hours. We have the real-time visitor count. Okay, we have an add to cart. We have a buy it now. We have images of the product. We have the description, additional information, and review. By the way, FYI, guys, this section right here, description, additional information, and review, will come with every single selection, whatever you select. So it really has no effect or no bearing, okay? The related product section is great. I recommend, honestly, guys, for the related product section, you really have to study your store, and this will come over time, but I recommend you start with upsell type products, meaning if you are, let's use clothing again, why not, right? This is not a really good option because the whole store is basically cross-sell type products, but if you're using clothing, for example, okay, what's one product that a person would purchase with a top? If they go in and they purchase a top, a t-shirt, a hoodie, a sweatshirt, whatever, a top, right? What's another product that they can also purchase with the top? A matching bottom, right? So that's what's considered an upsell. Like, for example, if you were to go to McDonald's and they say, and you order a burger, what do they say? Hey, you want fries with that? You want soda with that? That's called an upsell. It's something that you can buy that complements the product that you've already added to your cart or bought. In this case, we're doing cross-sells, and that's just because the nature of how the store was built. But I think the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to show people different circumstances and explain kind of the cognitive dissonance that people might have and just take them out of that feedback loop. Because a lot of people, without really understanding why I do certain things, they just come up with their own ideas, which is completely understandable, and I completely understand. And I don't really necessarily mean you guys. I just mean I was teaching in other industries of business and marketing, and sometimes if people don't really understand something, they'll come up with their own idea, come up with their own assumptions, and then that will really screw them over, okay? So cognitive dissonance, a very bad thing. All right, let's continue here. So something that I added was the logo to the footer. It was actually very simple, just so that everybody can know here. Footer, you hit the footer button, and you hit theme settings, okay? And then there's a section here that says logo image. You can select whatever footers you want. Now, just be aware that the footer can change from your home page to your other pages. So this is my other pages section where I am seeing footer number 1. But if I go to my home page, and you guys will see this in a second, footer number 2 is right here. So you can see it's significantly different. A lot of people ask me, should I change? Well, not a lot of people. Let's get that straight out. Probably like 2 people ask me, should there be a different header and footer on the other pages? It really doesn't matter. It's really up to you at that point. Okay, guys? So also something that we did is we took collection list, okay, and we added a section here. Now, I wanted to make a video on this separately, but I guess I might as well talk about it now. This collection list is a very, very valuable page if you have multiple different collections, okay? The reason why that is, in my case, in my store, I have 2 collections, okay? It's not that valuable. But if I have multiple different collections, this will give the place, give essentially the people a chance to, or when I mean by people, I mean the visitors of my store, a chance for them to analyze and see my whole large collection of products. And this is why I say to people, if you're going to add 100, 200 products, just make sure that you're going to be categorizing them in collections for your store. Okay, very, very important, because no customer, okay, wants to look through 700 different products. What they want to really see is categorized neatly different settings, because in the back of their head, they kind of know what they want. They kind of know what they'll be interested in, not interested in. And just when you make things, remember, always put the customer first. When you're making things easier for the customer, you're essentially making it easier for you to make more money. Okay? So just be aware of that. So this collection list page is phenomenal. It does a great job for my store specifically. It's not too good because I only have 2 collections. So just be aware of that. The only setting for the list collection is this one setting here where you can set a breadcrumb background image or banner image. And this is what I mean. So this is the breadcrumb. This is the background, and I could select a background. So for example, if I want to select this background, I could do that. Now, it's not my style. It's not my, it's not me. It could look nice for certain like images and stuff like that, but honestly, it's not something I want to do. So I'm going to leave it the way it is just for now. Okay. And honestly, I'm probably not going to utilize it in this store because look, we only have 2 collections, right? So that's just, something to be aware of also. There is no theme settings for this page, so just be aware of that. But you can click on the View More Products button, and it will take you to the actual collection for it. Okay, the correlated collection, rather. So that's something to be aware of also. If I was to click on this Chameleon Wraps button, you could see I didn't connect it, so we might as well just do that now. Let's head over here to the collection pages. And let's go to collection page. Let's head over to theme settings and let's scroll down. And you could see here the URL. Let's just search for the URL. Let's hit collections, Chameleon Wraps. Let's select Chameleon Wraps. Let's hit save. And we'll do the same for this one right here. Let's go to, for the blue one, this is Chrome Wraps. So let's hit collections, Chrome Wraps. And let's hit save also. So let's just save our progress and just let this whole thing load out. And then let's test it just to confirm everything works. A-okay, which is another tip I have, guys. Just because this is a great theme doesn't mean that everything is going to work smoothly. We are humans. We do make mistakes. So make sure you're always going back and checking on things. So I'm going to hit exit here. I'm going to hit this little preview button. And let's see what exactly is going on. So let's hit shop now. We're taken to the page with all these different products. Let's hit the Chrome Wraps button. There you go. Takes us to the Chrome Wraps. You could see here, it doesn't show any Chameleon Wraps. Okay. So that means it's categorized correctly. Let's hit Chameleon Wraps here. And there we go. Boom. We got the 2 Chameleon Wraps. So it's organized very well. You can see here there's no 404 error, meaning that it's good. 404 errors can kill your SEO, so just be aware of that. Make sure you go through your website. All right? I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. If this video kind of helped you out, give it a thumbs up or let me know, what can I do to help you out, right? My goal here is to help you out. 2021, I'm going to be trying my best to create more content that might serve you guys, whether it be a video on, how I got my start with business, or it might be a click-by-click video or an explanation video, kind of like this one. For this video, guys, it wasn't really too much click-by-click kind of stuff. I just had to go through some stuff and just explain what I did behind the scenes, because like I said, I don't want to keep you guys in the dark. I'm just showing you everything that I've done behind the scenes so you guys can, catch up on exactly what we're doing, all right? So I'll talk to you guys later, and thank you guys for watching, all right? You guys are the best. Peace.